What am I doing here all alone? I got things that I gotta do. Waiting for my friends to come along. I don't mean to sound so...
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Salty and Savage Show. I'm Salty.
And I'm so savage and happy you are all here. Welcome on a Friday night.
Welcome. Dude, you know what today... Wait. Do you know what today is?
Do you know what today is?
I know what today is, but do you know what today is?
I think I know.
Chat, do you guys know what today is?
The chat.
Today is Friday in California. Huh? True.
What?
So today is Friday in California. Oh, there you go.
Shoot. Welcome to the Salty and Savage Show. It is a Friday special. We are we had stuff going on Wednesday, so we decided, hey, let's do it up Friday night. It's a great night to it's just like back in the old days, like going and just catching each other at the bar on a Friday night and being like, hey man, what's going on? Oh my god, it's NWA Day.
No, every day is NWA Day. And do you know why every day is NWA Day?
Why?
Fuck the police.
Police straight from the underground. All right.
Sorry, we're not the biggest fans here at the Salty and Savage Show. One of the reasons, well, I'm not the biggest fan of cops. I don't like cops. I don't trust cops. I'm starting to warm up to the countryside deputies because they're a little bit different out here in the country that I live in now. But LAPD, my dad worked with too many cops. I know too many cops. 95% of cops are just gangbangers with a badge. Sorry to say. So yes, every day is NWA Day.
There's a lot of issues. There are some departments that have higher standards than others, and I do think it's important that if you're going to go out and do that kind of a job, you get more than say like I don't know the same amount of training that someone does to go to clown college, like 2 weekends at a local come on, like we need.
The training is like you should be personally responsible for your own training. You only work 3 days a week. The big training that needs to happen is constitutional training, and that's the big one because man,
huge.
Cops are like constitutional rights. I was told to stomp all over yours. I'm just doing my job, being a Zig Heil guy. Zig Heil.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We don't use those terms on the Salty and Savage.
Yeah. Anyway,
so what's up, guys? What's up, everybody? Hello.
Hey, welcome back, Fluffy the Hobo Show. If you guys haven't checked out Fluffy the Hobo Show, he's linked up with Roman Nation, and we support everything Roman Nation does. And so now officially we support everything Fluffy the Hobo Show does.
And now we support everything Fluffy the Hobo Show does.
Yeah, and then same with Scrapjaw. Scrapjaw's a mensch. Thanks for being here. I think a new person's watching.
Cheers.
Thanks and cheers to you, sir.
And cheers, manyest of cheers to you and yours.
Yes. All right. So, how was your week, dude?
New Adventures of Henry up in here. Got to just
yeah. What up, dude?
Lynch Mob. Is this a new person? What up? Howdy, y'all. Oh no, wait, nope. That person's not new. We've seen that icon before.
We've seen that icon other times, but also hi.
But also, what up? All right. So, what is going on, dude? Today was an interesting day for me personally. My lady and I actually had a ribbon cutting at our plants and record business, and it was kind of like an official welcome to us as new business owners in this small town. And the small town's super good about doing that stuff, making everybody feel welcome and helping people out and this and that. And do you need accounting services or do you need this and that? They've been smashingly good, my good man. So it was really fun to kind of literally do a ribbon cutting, stand there for it. It's something that you see in episodes of like Breaking Bad or like in a TV show, like a ribbon cutting, it's just the ceremonial thing. And it was very much like that, but it was really cool for, being the first time small business owner. So,
and for those that are new, to the show. Savage lives in a little Midwest town. So basically, for those that are new, we have a couple people that are new. This is a show where we talk about pop culture, entertainment, and news, kind of mainly just news that covers entertainment and pop culture, from the perspective of two dudes that used to work in the Hollywood world and are from California, but now living somewhere in the middle of the country. And Savage runs a record store that sells houseplants because that's something that you do.
The vibe, the vibe works. They're actually, did I talk about this last week? I just did an interview with an Iowa newspaper that wanted to understand why are there, why are there plant and record store? Like, where's the connection? Because they were trying to figure out, because a new plant and record store had just opened in their area. But what they didn't know necessarily is that the people that were opening that plant and record store got the idea from the people that started our plant and record store. And they came and they actually showed them what to do. They're like, here's what we did. But these people have a huge space instead of a tiny little spot on like a downtown Main Street. They have
you keep it down there, bitch. Wait.
No, he's a beast.
Oh,
he's protecting.
So Adam Dawson, who is in Australia, is like, it's Saturday, but you know what? Right? No, it's Saturday for you.
Today is Friday in California. Huh?
But today is Friday in California, so
it is.
And we have we got someone. So I guess apparently Sean Dowie, probably Dowie.
Still works in Hollywood.
Still working in Hollywood. We feel for you, brother. Here's to you,
dude.
Here's to you.
I mean, I couldn't. I spent years, and even with some of these, people just were not interested. They're just not interested in hiring. So having a gig, I commend anybody who still has a gig in Hollywood, because
I couldn't do it anymore, man. I couldn't do it. Hold my politics, be outspoken and a bit of a snarky smartass, and survive in entertainment advertising. Mainly also because entertainment advertising was turning. Let's look. You know what? That is a nice segue into our first story about. Have you seen the friggin'? Have you seen the poster from
just briefly, what is it? Thunderbolts?
Have you seen the poster from Thunderbolts?
I just briefly looked at it in it was like low res. It was like quickly on the computer. I didn't analyze it, but with someone with professional poster experience like yourself.
I mean, I've done a couple. I did work on some movie posters. I was never that great of a person. I didn't have the it's a talent all of unto itself. I was able to get a couple of posters that ended up, being used for the films and, going out to theaters and stuff like that. So that was cool. It was a good experience. Learned a lot, learned that I didn't like it. And then I would rather do other things like storytelling and things like that and writing. But this monstrosity. So really, 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 really bad.
It's something else. It really is something else.
So can I pull this up?
Please do. I don't have professional poster experience, but first of all, like, first reaction is this all seems like disconnected and like it was all just like placed there. And I think, does that person's hand have
so
6 fingers?
We're gonna talk about this a little bit. We're gonna go into a little bit of depth. Okay.
What is?
So we have a post here from Heel versus Babyface, which I honestly I don't like the planet because people like him get lots and lots of views, and I don't understand why. I really, really, really don't. I don't understand why people with no actual accomplishments in their life, other than being obnoxious, which is my only accomplishment too. But I don't have thousands of views, so please start watching because I have as many accomplishments as him. But I don't want to live on this planet because of people like this. So he says AI generated bottom left hand has an extra finger, and he always acts like he's an expert, and he's literally, again, accomplished nothing.
Does this character have an extra finger though?
Annoys me. So we'll zoom into it. So we're gonna go.
Okay, let's do
you know
it.
what? Let's zoom into it. Let's
do a breakdown. Let's do a breakdown of a poster.
So there was a really good catch by somebody. I immediately saw it when I saw this poster. So this person was like, they're copying this look, right?
Oh,
they're totally copying this look. And I immediately saw it because I remember when I was still working at the studios, this was being passed around all the time. And inevitably, and this is what happened. I know exactly what happened. There was an executive at Marvel Disney, and they were like, and they've been obsessed about this, and I could probably tell you who it was. They've been obsessed with this campaign forever. They love Sons of Anarchy. They thought this was the most brilliant campaign, and they were always like, we need to do this, we need to do this. And we'd always be like, you can't do this unless you get all the actors together and do a photo shoot, because that is shot. That is one singular photo. It's lit. They were probably laying on the ground and they are all doing like different stuff. It's beautifully photographed. You probably have a little bit of a photo dump in here because they usually do that. Because you can see that up in there.
Yeah, there's a layer. There's a layer in there.
But like,
there's like 2 layers.
Yeah, there's probably like 2 layers. But like, you can see like the interactions, the shadows. That's cast. Like these two were interacting. These 3 were interacting. This guy's probably pasted in. These guys are definitely pasted in. But still, all the lighting is consistent. So there was like a camera. They probably had it on a ladder, and they were laying on the ground or whatever. So it's shot, right? And it's beautifully shot. And the photographer, I think it's like Joe. It's not Joe Manchin. It's something like that though. Let me see if I. Oh, we'll get to it. But this is not shot. This is. If anything, they had like individual stills where they tried to shoot it. The lighting is all inconsistent. His lighting is coming from his left. His lighting is coming from more of the top. His lighting, so this lighting is consistent right here.
Yeah, the only thing that like really works is like
not there.
The movement of his beard, like you can tell that he does have an arm actually under his chin.
So it's just really, 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 really bad Photoshop. Like
putting what's her name up, like just so up front and completely out of place. Like she feels like she's completely separate from everybody.
Yeah. And it's just it's really bad Photoshop. So sorry, Heel Babyface, as per usual, you were wrong. I don't know why you're not used to that by now, but you are. It's just really, really bad Photoshop. So I'm going to switch windows and we're going to go into some Photoshop and we're going to look at, let's see, let's bring this up right here.
Let's go ahead and
we're going to look at this hand. So
tasty bean footage. Whoa, there's 2 fingers coming out of 1 finger.
No, it's not 2 fingers. So okay, so this this whole image was not AI generated.
I see it now.
This is shot. This is all. So we got can we have my cursor? So this is one photograph here. This is probably like a couple of photographs. What ends up happening when you're making movie posters is what they're doing is oftentimes they're doing like a head strip, a hand strip. There would be times where we couldn't get a good pose. So we would actually get a body double. Sometimes it was one of us that would get photographed if we had a similar body type. We would stand in. I remember Bruce Willis came in for the movie. Oh gosh, what was the movie where they were the cops? Cop Out. It was called Cop Out, and then they changed it to something else. It was Tracy Morgan, and Bruce Willis was in a bad mood. Didn't want to put shoes on. Was in flip flops. Didn't want to hold a gun. And it's a movie about like guns and shooting and stuff. So we basically did all these photographs of Bruce Willis, and then we had to like go in, and one of the creative directors had like a similar body type as him, and so we shot him doing all the stuff, wearing the shoes, wearing the same outfit, and then we just stripped Bruce Willis's head onto him. So that happens a lot too. So you never know. And then sometimes you get the stunt double doing all the like jumping on a trampoline. Like when I was working on Underworld, Kate Beckinsale didn't do any of her stunts, so we had the stunt girl doing all these like jumps and stuff with the guns, jumping on the trampoline, and then we would do a head strip of her on that. And then you'll get an executive that's like, oh, you shot this and she's holding the gun down, but I want to bring the gun up. And you're like, that is going to be really bad because it's lit. The arm is lit all the way down and there's never a shot where she has the gun up. And they're like, doesn't matter, make it work. And so you paint the arm up and it looks terrible.
Stunt cock.
yeah, it's stuck. Anyways, so let's go into this. This could be.
It's actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's actually not. It's just how you view it. They're actually only 4 fingers.
Yeah, so this could be.
It is okay.
Here, let's do this. Let's do this real quick.
I thought there were 5, but it's just how you look at it.
So this could be a couple of things. Number one, this could be. Let's get a proper brush here. Okay, cool. This could be. Generative AI. So generative AI, you could actually do something like this. So you bring so this is Photoshop, and then you would actually do like boom, and then you maybe do a selection around the hand, and then you would say generative AI. And this is happening a lot now. This is happening a lot in movie posters. So you click generative AI and you say, I need a male fist.
Let's see what, dude, you.
Oh,
you need a male fist, do you?
This might be because it's copyrighted art. And then it would come up with a male. Okay, anyway. So that could be this, or why are you bringing the pencil up? I don't want the pencil. I never want the pencil.
I never want
So
the pencil.
what you're seeing is a little weird. You're seeing like a little weird thing here. So this could be a couple of things. This looks weird. But it's a really fat finger.
Fat finger. Yeah. It's just a bad job.
So it's a couple of things. One is the lighting is really, really bad. 2, it's really bad Photoshop where they're trying to blend 2 hands together because they liked that the finger was down. They wanted to have like a moment, and there was only like 1 finger down and the rest were up. So it could be a blur of that, or it could be generative AI. My guess is that it's really bad Photoshop and they're blurring stuff together. Or like when I was working on Jonah Hex movie posters, Megan Fox had really weird thumbs. So we had to do hand strips. We had to do hand strips for Megan Fox because she had weird thumbs that are like really awkward.
She does have weird, like flat, like weird.
And then yeah. And then Josh Brolin? Josh Brolin has tiny hands, like little tiny hands. So we were constantly like lassoing his hand and making him bigger to look like a normal person's hands.
Brolin.
Yeah. The Brolin guy.
Yeah.
So this is a finger. It's just a really, so what's happening is that this shadow is causing it to look really, so you have this color here, and then that's happening. So really the finger's like here, and it's really bad lighting and really bad Photoshop. So but it's causing your eye to think that the finger's really, really fat, but it's not. It's just bad Photoshop. So then your finger's here. This is the next finger. And then the next finger's here, and it's doing this, right? And then this is the next finger. And it's an awkward crop, too. They should have brought the hand more in, but then the hand would have covered the face. But really, the hand should be sitting here like that, or maybe like here like that, so that it's not cropped as awkward, and then the hand could come up like that. That would have been a better way to handle that. But of course, you know what would have been a better way to handle that is that not doing any of this shit, because it's terrible Photoshop. Wait, let's get that brush bigger. It's terrible! Terrible! Just be ashamed of yourselves.
Muy terrible.
Anyway.
Brie Larson toe post. Huge.
So, regardless of Thunderbolts, and I have lots of opinions about Thunderbolts, Bucky being in this film instead of other characters.
Dude, Bucky should be
the next Captain America. I know.
And like, what? I mean, I understand why they were hesitant, but they should not have been hesitant, and they should have then given Falcon his own thing and gone to. It's like, if that's what you wanted to do, if you really wanted Falcon to like continue on, or Anthony Mackie, at least, if you wanted it, then do that, but don't, like, it absolutely should be Bucky, like 100%.
Yeah, New Adventures of Henry says, yeah, sometimes I see movie posters and I think the actor looks kind of fake in them. I guess that explains it. Dude, every time. So
when it looks fake, it is fake.
Photoshop is a great thing, but it's also created executives who have no artistic talent think that you can do things that you really need to photograph. And they're like, oh, we could just Photoshop it. No, you can't. You need to photograph it.
Like, put the gun in his other hand, and you're like, what?
And there's photographers out there that just know what they're doing. The guy that did Sons of Anarchy knew what he was doing. So even when they started splicing his photos together, you still can't quite tell because he's such a good photographer. And clearly and obviously what we have on this one, and then we'll go back to it, turn off my big X. These were shot at different times, different lighting, maybe even different photographers, because this character here.
This is great. Uncapped also called out that it's actually based on an old piece of artwork, obviously, but it's but Sons did it so well that it's so obvious that Thunderbolts was like, just look at here's the Sons of Anarchy poster. Just do this with the images you have. And they were like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. I like that Uncapped. I like that, at least some of our this is actually this is by the Philistines and the captured by the Philistines this is actually an old a piece of artwork. Thank you very much.
I will have to say the Sons of Anarchy poster was photographed by a photographer. I know the photographer. I have to look up his name. I've worked with him in the past on stuff. It was photographed. It just might be a couple of different photographs put together, but it's a much better example of how to put something together, because again, the lighting's all consistent. And then whoever comped it was a very talented art director, creative director.
So Simply Green asked, does this really represent the Thunderbolts though? That's the question. That's actually the question that should be asked.
I was never a big fan of the Thunderbolts. I never, I wasn't into I thought it was, it's a copy of the Suicide Squads or vice versa. They're always copying each other. I can't remember who came. I was never a big fan of like the villains being heroes, they're villains, and then they end up being heroes. So I was never a big fan of Thunderbolts. So I couldn't answer that question. I was never attracted to that book.
Oh, okay. So that's what Uncapped was also saying, that the SOA poster, that was film. They did it. I think I remember.
No, it was
in like a high speed. They shot that in like high speed film, and then
from the photographer,
and then they put it together or something, because in that promo they did a high speed film and slow motion reference of the same image.
Yes, but it was photographed and filmed at the same time.
Sure, absolutely.
Because the photographer, that's
good.
how so what they would do, and he would photograph things, he would film things and slow it down and do slow motion stuff. It's just a guy it was a videographer, photographer. God, I'm gonna look up his name, because that's who shot it. And did all the lighting and everything like that. And it was a specific photo shoot, because I remember them talking about it. Because one of the studios that I worked at, they were working on it in a different department, because I worked on video games at the time, and they were working on television, and they were doing it. And I just remember that. It was here. Hold on, I got it right here. Oh, my glasses. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk, Savage. Talk. Let me find it.
Talk, Savage. Talk. So what should I talk about? I mean, really, I'm just like so embarrassed, guys. Like, I'm getting the stage. Like, this is so weird. I hope you like my outfit.
James Minchin. And you can look him up. If you look up impawards.com, you can see like every movie poster that was ever made, and then you can see the studio that made it. So you can always check that out. And then James Minchin is in there, and he's fantastic. He did stuff for Handmaid's Tale, just a really good photographer. Probably would hate our guts and this show, but fantastic artist nonetheless.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he would be, understanding and reasonable, like people should be, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding and reasonable though. That's ridiculous for me to say.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely interesting. I think it's what it is just, it shows you like why things end up sucking and like coming out of Hollywood and being really, really terrible. 9 times out of 10, it's because of executives who are not creative, have never been creative. These are people that if it was the 1950s, would be managing a factory making widgets. But since we shipped all of our jobs over to China, they're now in the creative industry, making creative decisions, which they have no business making, because we don't manufacture anything anymore. And those people have to go somewhere. So they go to our industry. So it's very terrible, and I hate it.
So that means I can cross out the part of my notes that says Thunderbolts, no thanks. We'll just go ahead and cross that out now. No thanks. Although, I mean, I do really like some of the actors, and Bucky, God, I liked him so much. But yeah. Anyway, but enough about me. Let's talk about what you think about me. What did you? How was your week? How is Silence Do Good stacking up, dude? What's the latest? Last week was sent off to the inker or something, right? Or
Yeah.
where are we at?
Yeah. So I'm gonna show what let me explain something to you.
Okay.
Uncapped, because you're trying to go actually, and I'm gonna go actually on your ass because I literally was working at the studio that was doing this. So he's got, and it's great. This is actually really, really good. If I can bring it up, good Lord, I really don't like StreamYard sometimes.
It's not bad. It's not bad. How's our? I feel like our show flows all right because of it. I think it's not too bad of an interface. I think.
No, I just like, I don't like using Chrome, and then I have to use Chrome, and
that's
so we won't. So okay, so what this was, dude. This was called a special shoot. So we would have these on movies all the time. We have a special shoot where we would, and usually at a special shoot because you're doing budgetary reasons. You got all the actors there. You got one day to freaking get it right.
Exactly.
So you'd have like
do everything.
People that want video promo, the company or the agency doing, or the department doing the video promo is there. The department doing the posters and the outdoor campaign is there. The digital company's there, and it's basically one promo shoot, and then you'd have the guy photographing it, you'd have the videographer doing it, and it would be like basically you're doing everything at once, and it's production. Yeah, they did. Okay.
Anyway,
I do get annoyed when people try to explain my business to me. So
clearly they are in the same place. Look, we're saying the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just explaining it for the people that don't understand that basically like there is a day, and Marvel and Disney are not paying for these days anymore. So what they're not doing is they're not putting it into the marketing budget like, hey, we're going to have all the actors together that one day. They're going to be all in costume and we're going to shoot them because for whatever reason. So then they end up doing it like piecemeal, and then the lighting's different. Everything's different. That person couldn't make it that day. They couldn't fit in their costume that day or whatever. And because they're so low budget now, they're like, we'll just fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. Because that's basically how they're doing all their movies now too, is like green screen. It's a shitty script, and then they change the script and they fix everything in post. Like they fix it in post.
And we'll fix it in post. Oh my gosh, the worst producers that I ever worked with. You'd be out on a shoot and you'd be like in the middle of a shoot and you're like, oh, maybe we should get a little of this. Maybe we should just do some of that. Oh no, that's fine. They have enough of that B-roll back at the office. I'm like, I'm sorry. They have enough of this B-roll shot on this day at this time with this lighting, with this person, and from this direct, like, I'm sorry. Are you telling me that you're telling your cameraman when you go out on the just don't even bother to shoot B-roll of Santa Monica on the day that you're there? Because I know we have B-roll of Santa Monica in the in the file. It's like oh my God, I want to wring your neck so bad. And then I go to the cameraman. I'm like, you don't listen to that, right? You do shoot B-roll, right? Like, please tell me you still shoot some B-roll. Everywhere you go, you shoot B-roll. Come on, man. We're a TV show.
No, they don't do it anymore, dude.
Stack this library. And it was to the point where, we wonder why shows are collapsing and budgets get cut and all this stuff. And the guys just stopped shooting B-roll. And I was like, why was there no B-roll of the restaurant you just did an interview at? What the actual is going on?
Whiskey,
beer.
Oh,
sorry, was that too much? All right, anyway.
No, I mean it's just that makes me want to drink because
it's ridiculous. You know how it is.
No, I do. It's
just a different department in a different building in a different.
It's just gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad. I don't know. Like, so I was thinking about it the other day. Like we watch a lot of old television. And
Okay.
like the old, like I think something came on. I had to,
Columbo
wife,
or
please. Yeah, probably. I love Columbo, but like one of the older shows came on, and it had like a full orchestra. It had a full,
Oh yeah,
a score. You know, it had a score going on, and then you see all the,
Columbo.
yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
see
wait,
all the credits, and you're just like, the money that dudes were making working on these things. And I was thinking, it's like,
dude, careers like they were
so,
set,
but you only had like 7 networks making stuff,
and there
and
were
that
only
went to
there were only
cable.
only so many shows, and everybody was working on those shows. Those shows
Everybody, yeah.
stacked.
So like cable then diluted that, because it's kind of like that, like every time a sports team expands, the talent pool thins out because there's more teams, so the talent's not as concentrated.
Sometimes it does give gives a little bit of breathing room where there's people who maybe should have been given a chance that are now given a chance. But yes, it tend, especially at a time now where there's way too many teams for every sport. It's like anytime you add it, you're like, are we thin in the pack a little bit? I mean, I like giving more guys chances, but I also like seeing home runs. I also like winning.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what up? Jim tells you's here. What up, brother? How are you, dude? Look what you did to the chat, Uncapped. Look what you did to the chat. You chased everyone off away from the chat with your freaking go touch some grass. Go, Uncapped Turtle. We love you, but you need to go touch some grass right now.
You know what you don't know about Uncapped is that he keeps this lovely pad of grass right underneath his desk,
so you can just lean down and be all.
And he's just like he takes his Birkenstocks off, and then he rubs his feet on it a little bit. And
Okay.
And
I do love me some Uncapped, keeping us in check, but also go shave your neck. Go shave your neck.
Oh, dude, I'm actually, I resemble that remark.
I do too. I need to go shave my neck.
Dude,
Maybe that's why I'm too salty right now.
The back of my neck.
I'm too salty.
I take care of the under. I take care
Shave
of
my back too a little bit.
Oh
the older I'm getting a little bit of these like little hairs right here. Like,
oh my god, we're all so sorry for this right now.
I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Dude, as the age goes on, I'm like, oh man, what is this crazy itch on my back? And then I finally get it, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that like a small little patch of hair? What the? Where is that even from,
bro? Everywhere.
Shave my neck.
None on my head. Coming out my ears, coming out my nose, coming out my neck, a little bit on my back.
Turtle.
None on my legs. I have no hair on my calves. I have hair on my thighs, none on my calves.
There are the calves and the calf knots, and
What?
you apparently.
What? He says he shaves his neck daily. Thank you very much. And we love you for it, dude. Actually, so to shout out Uncapped Turtle, he does all of our promo art, by the way. Like seriously, dude, guy is super talented. He does know what he's talking about. So you guys probably should listen to him and less about me, because look at all the promo stuff that he does. I mean, really. And speaking of, you know what? Let's just go right into it. Our top 5 is actually thanks to Uncapped Turtle. This was his idea, and we are doing it. But also, that was his bumper that he created for this show, and we love him for it. So, our top 5. What is our top 5, Savage?
Our top 5. Our top 5 is. Did I even? I don't know if I made a banner.
I didn't make a plate for it.
Hold on. No. Don't worry about it. Hold on. It's the top 5. What is the top 5? Hold on, I got it.
Oh, he's typing it now. This is terrible production, by the way. Welcome to the Friday show.
I had so many. Yeah, welcome to the Friday show. The top 5 anti-drug PSAs from yesteryear. You all know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, guys.
You know exactly what we're talking. And there might even be one in there that you didn't even know. We'll see. But the top 5 anti-drug PSAs. We were going to do the 80s, but it's like there were so many in the 90s that we kind of had to like cross over. We're like, we're just gonna say. So let's see. Where is it? Number 5. Okay. Here we go. Number 5. We're sharing this right now. Here it is.
Can I take your order?
Give me 15 cheeseburgers.
I don't see anything. The screen's blank. Oh, there we go. In a Toyota Corolla from 1992. Or an 88. That's an 88 Toyota Corolla.
I don't have any money. All right, well, go. Man, watch out.
Wow, the audio sync on that is really bad and totally did not sell it.
Hey, marijuana can sell your...
Dude, I remember seeing this on TV.
Maybe that's why it's number 5.
I remember seeing this on TV and being like, oh, that's messed up. And also, that one might have worked on me because I did not try the marijuanas until I was 24 years old.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I drank a crap ton when I hit like 20. I remember one time when my parents came to live with me when we were, going through hard times and life was tough. And I was like 20 years old or 19 years old. And I came home super drunk at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And my dad's all, where have you been? And I'm all, my house, my rules.
My house, my rules.
And he was all, bonk, bonk. Because a year before that, I came home at like 2 a.m. and he's like, where have you been? And then I was grounded for a week as an 18-year-old and I had to obey because I was living at home. And then a year later, I was like, you're living with me. So it's my house, my rules. Because I was like, I'm 18. And he's like, it's my house, my rules.
So number 5 was the drive-through hit and run. It's pretty terrible. Yeah, the sync may have been a little off. The sync's going to be off on a lot of these. So I'm not going to lie. YouTube was not generous to old television footage. If I was given the opportunity, I remember when I was working in television, we had a tape library that was, we're talking one of these vaults. You walk in and it's just this massive room and you're cranking the shelves and the whole shelf system moves so you can get in between the aisles and get to the stuff. And we had a giant dub rack and I would take stuff that I loved that was like, oh my God, this is I only have this on a, some old kind of format. I would transfer it to digibeta, put it onto a DVD. I was trying to make sure that everything was going to get like conserved. I'm like, this is all going to die. All this beta, all these tapes are going to
all this beta is going to die.
All these like we're still using beta. You guys know that beta lost, right? And it was like 2007, and I'm like, like we're still using beta. Like what's going on? It's a great format. Not gonna lie, everybody knows Uncapped is probably gonna jump in here somewhere and be like, beta is a brilliant format. It is.
Oh, it's the superior format, but because it's the same mistake that Apple always made, which being proprietary is going to shoot you in the foot.
So, but nonetheless,
I remember when it was in the 80s as a kid, we wanted to watch Back to the Future because we had gotten our very first VHS player when we were still living in San Fernando Valley. And we were like, oh, we want to watch Back to the Future because we were at the video store. And the video store, it was only in beta. Oh, so we could not watch it because we had a VHS.
Wow, that's very yesteryear. All right, so number 4, we're coming in here. Number 4.
I wish you didn't smoke weed. You're not the same when you smoke. And I miss my friend. I'll be outside.
But seriously, like, that makes me want to smoke weed because if I can have a conversation with my dog, I'm like, I'm getting high tomorrow, dude. Actually, I'm getting high right now. I'm like, hop in the car, We're going. Where is it legal? We're driving because I want to talk to my dogs.
This is actually the PSA. Just so everybody knows, if you get high, you can talk to your dog all you want.
Dude,
he will not talk back.
Exactly. That's the PSA.
That's the PSA. The PSA.
You like get as high as you want, do all the drugs that you want.
It's not gonna happen.
But that bitch ain't talking back.
It'd be super cool if she did, though, right? But
It'd be super cool if she did.
not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen, bro. Not gonna happen. Okay, so talking dog, the anti-drug PSA. I'm not gonna.
I will say though, when you
Pretty
do
great.
ecstasy, you will see things, and things will happen, and it's, yeah. No, I'm not saying anyone should do ecstasy. But if you are like 19, 20 years old, you know, and like don't do it just once. Don't do it just once. Just don't do it just once. Definitely don't do it twice. I mean, seriously, don't do it twice. Because every time after the first time is less fun. And then when you get to like the fifth time, it's terrible. Like, it's definitely not great the third time. It's super bad. But that first time, also don't do it.
Also don't do it. All right, so moving through the top 5. The anti-drug PSA, which, by the way, no matter how much weed you smoke, your dog will not talk to you.
Will not talk to you.
I fucking tried, believe me, with a number of dogs. All right, where are we at? Number 3. Oh my gosh. This is the best. This is the absolute best. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and boom.
Hey, Joey.
I already know which one this is.
No, marijuana.
Oh,
What?
marijuana.
Chicken.
Joey's in a jam. What should he do? Get a pizza. Excellent. Let's see if Joey's that smart.
I'm not chicken. You're a turkey.
Get real. Joey's the dork. Don't even talk to him. Cowabunga!
Joey's the jerk. Don't even talk. All right, so number 1, if you ever played the Nintendo Ninja Turtles game, not the Super Ninja Turtles or the arcade version, but like the OG very first NES Ninja Turtle one before the arcade one came.
Love that game. It's such an interesting.
No, level 4. You can't get past level 4. F you. You never got past level 4. That game is so fun until level 4 with that freaking bullshit level. So that game made me want to smoke marijuana, and I was only in the 4th grade.
I had to, you know what? I had to have some whiskey to be able to even tolerate that game. Dude, that PSA like brought me back so quickly. I've never had visuals on E. Well,
bro, so many visuals. I was tripping so hard the night, like, it was weird. I was talking to my one friend.
Also, additional PSA, they used to mix a lot of interesting stuff with the E back in the day.
Totally bad. So there was like a bunch of stuff. So what, like my buddy like had just like we were at a club and my buddy had just won the box set for Echo and the Bunnymen, and he's telling me about it. And he's like right here telling me like, I just won the box set to Echo and the Bunnymen at the club. And I'm like, why are you so far away? Because I thought he was like a million miles away. And then like I got home and I saw like my closet was open and I saw Morrissey, like 10 Morrisseys hanging from the hangers, dancing, singing Morrissey songs in my closet.
Only you would.
It's like, what is going on? It was weird, dude.
Only you would see 10 of the most depressing person ever.
It's happy music, depressing lyrics, man. Get it right.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that was number 3, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What are you, chicken? Joey's not a chicken. You're a turkey.
You're a turkey.
That kid, I don't know. I don't recall him doing additional acting, but he fucking nailed it.
He nailed it.
That kid nailed it.
I think that might have been Paul Rudd.
I think was Jack Black the bully and Paul Rudd was the no. All right, so top 5 anti-drug PSAs of yesteryear. Where are we at? Number 2. Oh, number 2. Where is this at? Okay, Got it. Roger that. Don't worry, folks. This isn't like we're not doing this for the first time or anything. This is only like our 25th episode. Jeez.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what you're doing? It's time. This is your brain. This is drugs. Drugs.
Now I'm hungry.
Any questions?
Yeah. Really, the only question, like, it's like, oh man, I want to get eggs now. What is going on? Hold on.
Now I just want bacon and eggs, which is what also marijuana does.
Oh my god, I want bacon and eggs so bad. But yeah, there you go. It's number 2, the cracked egg on our list, the top 5. I mean, that one was, they actually have done a number of versions of that over the years. There was one that was just a very ominous narrator and the pan, and it was like, this is we'll go over this one more time. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? And you're like, whoa, what the? Are you trying to get through to anyone? Because all you're getting through to is the chefs of America who are like, that's a nice skillet he's got there. But he got a nice and hot.
Also, though, those eggs were disappointing. I'm going to tell you right now, because you could already see that he should have flipped it sooner
shell.
If he's doing an over easy.
There's shell in there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Dude. That skillet was hot. HOTTOGO. That it was hot to go, bro.
Hot to go.
It was hot to go.
Hot
All right,
to go.
so that was number 2 on. And I mean, I know I haven't even checked out the comments. I know everybody's going, oh my gosh, these guys are so right about the anti-drug PSAs from yesteryear, top 5. Oh, we're finally at number 1, and I'm not gonna lie.
Is this number 1? Wait, we're at number 1.
You're gonna.
So we had the
number
Toyota Corolla.
So it was the drive-through hit and run.
Toyota Corolla hit and run.
The talking dog.
Ninja Turtles.
Which honestly,
Friday.
like,
Yeah.
like if it wasn't, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a killer. Honestly, probably should be in front of the cracked egg, but because the cracked egg is so classic, in this, these were all funded by Nancy Reagan. Jeez Louise, she was too busy. She was like, I don't care about the gays and AIDS. I want to talk about drugs.
Fauci was concentrating on killing all those people, right?
Oh,
just say no.
Honestly,
just say no. Oh dear. All right. So the number 1, and I mean, you're not gonna. Where'd it go? What is going on here? You're not gonna not know it. Let's just say that. Let me make sure the volume is cranked up, because this is. I mean, it's going to bring you back immediately.
It's yours?
No,
My mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have.
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not.
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Oh,
have children who use drugs.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is the funniest one, man.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But who's that ad for? It's clearly not for the kid, because it's for the parent, right?
The ad is for the. Yes, the ad is most definitely for the parent, because the kid goes, oh, whoa. So wait, if my dad smokes weed, I can smoke weed. Like, it's for the parent, because the parent's supposed to go, oh, because like immediately the parent, because the parent back in the day is going to go, yeah, what's your problem? You dope head. What are you all that? Are you smoking dope? Are you all high on them? Are you high? Are you smoking the joints? Are you doing the marijuana? And then you're like, I literally took it from your stash. And they're like, oh, Was it any good? I haven't tried it yet.
Hey, what up, Dr. Till?
What up, the Ministry?
Thanks for coming to the show, man. You guys need to check out Ministry of the Dude on YouTube, Rumble, and somewhere else, but I can never remember. Go to Rumble, though. Rumble's way better than YouTube. We should go to Rumble. You know what? 1's in the chat for Rumble, 2's in the chat for YouTube. Should we move this shit? Because I'm getting tired. Dude, Savage, we got copyright struck for last week's show.
We did.
For Magnum PI.
Which is understandable. We abused that because we love it.
No, we didn't abuse it. We paused. We talked through it. I'm a huge Magnum PI fan. We promoted the show. We were like, it's a great show. Like, what the F you, NBC? F you, you little pencil neck motherfucking lawyers. I will take that pencil and I'll shove it up your ass sideways, you pieces of fucking shit.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's 100% fair use, and there are monetized channels that use clips of a number of different things, and absolutely are obviously getting away with stuff. But no, granted, we're not monetized. We just got slapped on the wrist, and we were like, "Oh, hey, but it's total fair use," and they were like, "No, it's not," and we're like, "Yeah, but it is," and they're like, "Okay, fine, just whatever. You're not monetized. We don't care." So it's still there, but nonetheless. If you want to watch it before it gets gone,
you're damn right. I'm getting salty.
Oh dear Lord! Oh my gosh! It's almost like
I like Dr. Till's idea. And speaking of, we need to have Dr. Till on very soon because he might be my favorite YouTuber, other than you and me. Because I love myself and I love you. And then after that, I love Dr. Till.
Dr. Till was fantastic. We enjoyed Dr. Till.
But his show is also fantastic. You guys really need to check it out. It's a good time.
What
by all?
I didn't which evenings? Does he have shows all the time? Doesn't he have shows a lot?
All the time. He basically works all day and then streams all night. And then somewhere in between that, he's like, taking care of his lady and stuff.
All day, stream all night.
I don't know.
And then maybe
we should do a metal song. Till I think's a musician. You're a musician. Dude, I'm a really good front man.
A metal song. No.
What up, Blue Studio? How are you? All right. What are we talking about next, man? Because that was our... Okay, wait. That was...
What was it?
Wait.
You do it. Do it.
Oh, am I doing it?
Do it. Find it. I'm doing
it. I think I made Uncapped Turtle mad.
That was the top 5.
That was the top 5. Bumper done by Uncapped Turtle, who is awesome. But
gosh. So, let's see.
Wait, real quick.
I'm retarded?
Wow, we haven't used that since like the 3rd episode. Yeah. That's so funny. Anyway. Blue Studios, what up? Hanging out. Metal guitarist here. That's what we're talking about.
See, dude, we can do postal service where we just each record our own part and then send it in the mail or email to the next person, like the postal service. Oh, I bet you did you know that's how they got their name?
Did you know?
Cap, still accurate 22 episodes later. It really is.
Oh God, he was like, I think I made Uncapped mad, and it's like, and then Uncapped immediately comes back.
I love Uncapped. Even like I want Uncapped to come over to my house and shave my neck.
Oh my God, that's not happening. That's
all right.
Not happening. He's gonna be doing it while touching grass.
Wow.
He's gonna bring his little grass plate.
It's just like here, he's just laying down.
Oh, hold up. Oh, he's got like I have a little cacti on the window. He's like, hold up. Oh. All right, I got it.
Tell me lies, sweet little lies. Come on, Uncapped.
Tell me lies.
Dude, you better come to the Chattanooga Comic-Con. And Dr. Till, you're one state over. You're coming to the Comic-Con, the Chattanooga Comic-Con, mother effer. All right, what are we talking about next, dude?
I was just thinking that. I was thinking What's going on with hasn't Disney just like let go of a lot of people? What's the deal with that?
Dude, do you have the news story on that? Because holy crap, like a
I don't
bunch
know.
of people.
I don't think I have the news story on that one. But not only you told me, I didn't even look at the news story. You were like, "Oh my god, did you hear Disney laid off a bunch of people?" And then today I'm in the car and my lady goes, "Oh, hey, did you hear that Disney and NBC and KTL and rattled off all of it? They just let a bunch of people go." And I went, "Oh my god, Salty just brought that up. Are they doing another wave of, oh, hey, look, we only made 5.8 billion this year, and that's just
They're
not good for
actually
our
not
stock.
making that much money. They're not. They're getting so
They're making
Disney is hemorrhaging money right now. Like
Are they?
hemorrhaging. Yes, they are.
Are
They're
they?
hemorrhaging money because they've bought too many IPs that they've had to pay
Well,
out the butt.
That's
The parks are not doing well because they're doing all the gross tranny stuff now, right? So they're like,
Ooh, are
I'm sorry,
What?
you have men
Wait.
dressing up as dude.
I don't know.
Have you not
Wait,
seen
wait,
that?
Wait,
They have men dressed
do
up
they
as
work-
princesses.
that are working at the park.
Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
No,
You
I haven't
can't-
seen that.
like-
I went to Disneyland right before we
What?
left and moved here. Definitely did not see that.
I'm sorry, dude. Like, I
would
don't
be-
care.
I would have been like,
YouTube can cancel us. I'm going to
bearded-
go on record and say
bearded
that, like,
Jasmine, bearded
if
Jasmine.
you got dingleberries between your legs, you shouldn't be dressing up as a princess and talking to little girls. Like, no, dude, that's weird. And also, if someone should get their
it's
this is gross, dude.
It's kind
Perverted,
it's weird.
gross, and
And-
like, no.
I'm
No.
okay with like, you know, the idea of people like, oh, promoting like positive messages to everybody, but I don't think at Disneyland it's appropriate for a dude. I have not heard that this is
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm old school.
But-
I don't want to normalize mental illness, you know?
But I'm
Like
not-
what was like a mental illness like 5 years ago is now I have to accept it. It's like, dude, the last time I checked, the planet revolved around the sun, not your ass and your stupid fucking pronouns. Mine are king and lord, and you better respect them.
and then my pronoun. So anyway, Disney fired some people apparently. They let go of more people. The one good thing is that when you've worked for Disney,
Wait,
that-
Grant Levine says they're not doing that at Disneyland right now, but I wouldn't put I could have swore that I saw I could be talking on my ass, I usually do. But I could have swore I saw a video where that was actually happening. But also it could not be, but I wouldn't put it past them. And also, I don't care anymore. There are 2 sets of pronouns. And I'm done pretending. Pretending happens between October, the Saturday before Halloween, and the Saturday directly after Halloween. And then after that, there's no more pretending. There's no more pretending. Okay?
Now, there is also a big difference between what, say, Salty used to do and, you know,
Oh yeah.
where
I used to wear makeup and like go to the club and like whatever. I was still a dude though, and I was all like, yeah, I'm a dude in makeup. What up? Glam rock is the shit.
and
What up?
there is a very, and especially in Hollywood, and coming, you know, from somebody who like came from kind of like smaller towns up in Bay Area and then went down to LA and whatnot, like a confident man in makeup is so much more. It's so like it's weird, but you go, oh no, that's obviously them.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's you're like, but then like after that, there's never, you know, once you're in LA for a while, like you see the strangest stuff and it doesn't bother you. I ran into
So Salty Papa says, no, they're having the helpers in the princess shop in Fantasyland dressed as helpers in the fairy outfits. Dressed in, oh yeah, see, still super creepy. Sorry, dude.
I don't even know what all that means.
Like, it's just, here's the thing, man.
All right.
Here's the thing. No, stop being weird around kids, okay? Stop being weird with your stuff around kids. Stop it.
Weird with your stuff, bro. Hey, look. You know what? You know what the kids needs less of? Your weird stuff.
I'm gonna say, you know what? You know what's gonna happen, Savage. You know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
you
what's
keep
gonna happen?
pushing it. You keep pushing it. That pendulum swinging back to 1955
No.
England, where
No.
you're getting chemically castrated. So
Dude.
just slow it up a bit, okay? Just maybe
Slow.
just here, just right here. Instead of
sounds-
here, instead of being like, be like here. Because if you do here, it's gonna go back to here. It's gonna go back to the 1950s. So just right here.
Okay, I don't know.
Not here. Here.
I don't know.
Because if you do here, it goes there. I'm just saying.
What are we even talking about now? Hold on. So anyway, people got laid off at Disney.
Anyway, I'm not surprised. All right, let's share this story. We got
Honestly,
my nose is always itchy. I'm not doing cocaine, I swear.
you can't.
Disney
anymore.
layoffs underway. Hundreds of corporate staffers impacted.
Ooh, so that's not even. Oh man, corporate staffers. So that's just a bunch
Let's
of
get
people
the
that
glasses on so I can read
are
this
probably
dang
handling
thing, okay?
like logistics and like
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff for the company. That means a lot of less spending. That's
It should be the entire HR department.
well, yeah.
We have a video, people. We have a video. The Baron is on the case. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
Real quick. No, I'm stopping everything.
that's all right. What do we have video of?
Hold on. Oh, it's TikTok.
Ugh.
I hate TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
China. All right.
China.
This
No to TikTok, by the way. As soon as my mother was like, oh man, here's look, have you seen these hilarious videos on TikTok? I was like, oh God, they got you, mother. You got
you.
You got mother.
They got. Well, everyone's doing it. X is doing it.
Every
freaking
single person in the world is doing it except for me, apparently. And I have said so many people be like, oh my God, you'd be so good on TikTok. You should do little videos like this or like this. Or when you do something like that, you should do like video. You should do a video like this. And I'm like, how about no? Like, I don't even like. I have social media, and I'm not even doing that. I'm busy.
Here you go.
Bibbity bobbity booty.
Here's the video.
All right.
This fairy godmother's apprentice got some flack when this clip of their shift at the Bibbity Bobbity Boutique at Disney went viral. Some seem to think that a male presenting godmother
Should pause it just in case this a-hole's going to try to copyright flares.
princess goes too far in the fantasy world of princess.
So
makeover.
little girls, that's a man. That is a man. And that is a man that has no business being around little girls. I'm sorry. I'm going on record.
The only way this is cool is if he's at the front of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
No! Get away, you weirdo! Put some man clothes on. You're a fucking man.
You
could be a little fairy and a little all you want. You're still got dingleberries between your legs, and you're a dude. Stop cross-dressing in front of little kids. Dude, you're talking to a guy that used to wear women's makeup, glam rock makeup, straight up at the club. There was no kids around, okay?
Calls for the entertainment resort to be boycotted, with critics saying it's distracting.
That's
and that it breaks the
disgusting,
illusion.
dude. I'm sorry.
I mean,
this is gross. This is a man. You're a man.
That's probably that's a guest.
Okay, still.
That's a guest, and you know what? The guest can guest whatever they want. It's super weird, but they can guest as much as they want.
Agree to disagree. I think that we continue this. We will be at the 1950s again, where not only will they throw bricks at you, but they'll lock you in a room and look at you through a tiny window as they throw bricks at you. That's what's going to happen. The pendulum will swing. It will go all the way back.
I don't know. All right, well, let's get...
Is that Disney made changes to make it more inclusive, renaming their fairy godmothers in training role to apprentices to make it more gender neutral.
Apprentices. Oh, so a fairy godmother is now a fairy
dude.
apprentice?
I'm sorry. Little kids need much black and white. Like, you're a boy, you're a girl. We're gonna crowbar separate it because girls are very different than boys.
I don't
girls
know.
learn different than boys. No, we will disagree. But also, I'm right.
I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm always right about this stuff.
Oh,
because you're
dude.
talking to a dude that used to like again, guys, I mean, David Bowie had nothing on this makeup that I would do. But also, there were no kids present. It was the middle of the night at a club in Hollywood, where it belongs. Where it belongs.
Dude,
okay? Crowbar
heard,
separation.
I heard some crazy news. Absolutely crazy. The Acolyte was canceled. Oh my God. What? I didn't have. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I feel like our entire show is based around this show.
Just
it was canceled.
8 episodes? Just 8 episodes.
Was it? It felt like.
It felt like a freaking eternity.
I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was 4.5 episodes or 19 episodes of Dateline. It was like, what is going on here? And who's the guy, the tailor in the cave who makes these beautiful outfits? And what is happening? Like, oh my God. It could have been, it had potential. The groundwork was all there, uncapped and simply green, and everybody understands this. Okay, the pendulum. Yes, the pendulum of
the pendulum does. I will give you the Victorian age.
I will give you the Victorian age. Oh God, we don't want that. I mean, it's like,
well, it's happening. It might not happen for a long while more, but it will happen. And I'd like to avoid
what the worst part is that we just went through the Renaissance, and that's like, it was a terrible Renaissance.
We did everything in our timeline's happening like this, and because we're gonna have to reset everything because of AI.
We're gonna go into the Baroque period soon when you're out of Monet.
The Baroque period.
Baroque. I'm Baroque as fuck. Oh my God.
Oh, we are in the Baroque period then.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
If that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new Baroque period, where everybody is a Baroque as a fuck.
I mean, I don't think Uncap's wrong, because people have been saying, like, for a long time that pendulum's going to swing. But I'm telling you, it might just keep going, but the more it goes, that's the thing about the pendulum, right? The more it goes this way, the more it keeps going this way, the harder it swings the other way. That's the thing about the pendulum. So when the pendulum goes this and then it breaks and goes the other way, you're like, oh, it's very mild. Oh, so we just go back and forth. Oh, that's not so bad. But when it goes here, you're like, oh, mother, it's the end times. It's Revelation, even though it's not. And then it just goes, and then it breaks and it goes. Dude, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yo, Roma Nation.
Roma Nation's all, what up? We got to have Roma Nation on as a guest.
Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. Disney.
That's actually what's gonna happen.
Too far.
It just goes this way and then goes and then gets all messed up. Yeah.
When you swing it like just too far, and then it collapses back,
and then it just wraps around, and then you're all like, you tell me, man. You tell me. You have the DMs. You have the open invite. You and Scrap Jaw.
You tell. You have the DMs. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking to Roma Nation. I was like, wait, what? You're the one with the DMs. Like, what does that even?
You tell me, man. You tell me.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh,
John Carter. There's a conversation going on between Lynch Mom and Salty Pop about John Carter. Great comic book. Terrible movie.
Saw a little John Carter action. Yeah,
terrible movie. Great comic book.
Great potential. Terrible movie. I
think it was a novel before it was a comic. Maybe
it was.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
And then when Disney does it, you're like, oh, okay. Well, I already know what's going to happen here. and that was years ago, and you already knew. You're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
The trailer,
all right, so
trailer's going to look great.
Back to the story. All right, get my glasses back on so I can read this crap and get it on my main screen. I can't get my glasses over my ears. More layoff news in what already has been depressing week. Disney is in the middle of a new wave of cuts as part of the cost-saving initiative. Sources tell Deadline. We hear about 300 or so people are affected by the layoffs that started yesterday and are continuing today and tomorrow, with possibility to stretch beyond that. The positions, all based in the U.S., are across Disney's corporate operations, including legal, HR, the best two departments you could lay off from.
I mean,
finance, also a good one, and communicate. So basically, they're cutting the fat and worthless positions, because I'm going to tell you right now, HR has all that is HR is the department that is killing you right now. That is going to kill every corporation that's pushing the DEI. They're the ones that are like, yeah, we should totally have dudes in dresses talking to little girls, because they're not trying to be weird.
But why did it take? What's so crazy is that Disney has been laying off tons of people
nonstop, nonstop.
Why weren't these people first?
They should have been first. No, because this is what Disney does. Disney always lays off the creative people first.
You would have gotten rid of these people, and then the creative people would have been like, oh, we got a little more room to stretch. And then they might have produced some interesting stuff that actually started making you, and then it was like, oh, we can actually keep all these people on because what they've just made is great. We didn't cut their staff in half.
Because the problem with an HR department is what ends up happening in the HR department is that you have like really terrible like women and like gay men that work at the company that are not talented but have like gotten ahead because of their, I'm a woman or I'm a press person or whatever, and they're not talented. So what they end up doing is they find the one guy like me that's like, and they're like, oh, that guy. Let me get his job so I'll complain on it. So what ends up happening is like those people end up getting found out really faster because they have no talent and they're not good at anything. You know what I mean? It's like, and let's be honest, like women need to go back to making sandwiches and being secretaries and not necessarily leading creative teams, because I mean, the only reason why they got that position was because they complained about being sexually harassed. And it's like, yeah, maybe if you didn't dress like a hoe, no one would have said anything. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Half of that is true. Half of that is true.
But there's a lot of the creative balance in there that is so absolutely true. And
yes,
this you have people who aren't supposed to be making creative decisions, telling the creative people what to do, and then
the HR department just oppressing everybody. Oppressing everything.
And then all of a sudden they decide, they're like, you know what? How many people do we have doing like the creative part, like in the middle? Oh, we should just half that. Like, why do we even need all them? Oh, and then anytime someone walks by and it looks like you're not busy because you actually know how to do your job and you're like not frantic and not like losing your mind, and you're like, oh, I was just like taking care of some stuff in between, like handling some bit, like, oh no, they gotta go. It's like, you mean the most efficient people in the office, the people who know how to actually take care of stuff and handle the load, and it's not always fun. Everybody stresses out.
Yeah,
everybody loses their mind every now and then, especially at like a TV show. TV show is interesting because especially on like a daily show where you have a deadline every single day for the show. I mean, I put out a TV show 5 days a week for like 16 years. It's absolute insanity. And there are moments where you look at another person or a producer or an editor or something, and you're like, fuck you, we're doing what I'm doing. And they're like, no, fuck you. You're like, no, fuck you. And then 20 minutes later, when the show feeds out 20 minutes later, and everything's all good, and people walk down the hall, they're like, all good. And he's like, hey, sorry about that. Fuck you, man. And it's like, hey, no problem, dude. All right, see you tomorrow. And it's like, it's all behind you because it's just the stress of the moment of making television. And that's what the other like levels of the HRs and the legal department, and then the executives like don't necessarily understand that is all what makes it work, and why it works when you actually get a cohesive unit of people who can be yelling at each other but being productive at the same time, and then at the end of the day they all apologize and they know that they're friends and they know that it's like everything's fine and it had nothing to do with sorry about the up years, but it's like you're just like Like you're just like, all right, and then you move on, and then the next day is everything's fine. It's I mean, not even the next day, like 10 minutes later, you're on to your afternoon edit, and you're like, no, we're moving on.
Yeah, all HR does is huffing stuff. Exactly. HR is what HR is. It's a collection of busy. You remember, like in high school, especially if you went to a smaller high school, like me and my wife went to like a smaller high school. I'm gonna guess that Dr. Till went to a smaller high school. So like, it is that girl in high school that was the busybody that wasn't quite popular, but that was really trying hard to be popular. So they were like in all the clubs, doing all the things, and
always
like, oh,
talking, always moving, always shaking,
always like, and it was like they were the most obnoxious, annoying, gossipy. You just were like, oh God, I can't stand her, man.
And they're usually taking after their mother.
Yeah. So that is who runs the HR department, is that busybody Karen stupid. And it's always a chick or a gay dude. It's never like anyone else. It's like the most effeminate, like, and I say gay dude like is like an effeminate, like weak, passive aggressive male who's just like, oh, I never had a dad. I was raised by my mom. And a freaking Karen. And they were that chick in high school where you're just like, oh my God, no one likes you and no one gives a shit about yearbook and all the other clubs you're in. You dumb weirdo.
It's Karen. I go by Karen now, not Karen.
Dr. Till's all, I'm way too high. That stupid pun made me laugh way too.
It was his pun of HR huff and stuff. Little H. It's very good.
All right. So anyway, you guys want to see something cool? You guys want to see something awesome?
I feel like it's time for our
hold on.
Something awesome. Okay, go.
Oh, see something. Yeah, see something awesome.
It's time.
All right, sneak peek. Are you guys ready for a sneak peek? Sounds do good. Back cover art. I'm not going to give you the cover art quite yet, but I'm going to give you the back cover art because at the Salty and Savage show, we're always trying to make America 80s again.
Oh my gosh!
Are you guys ready?
My gosh!
There's your back cover art for Silence Do Good, issue 3, coming in hot in like 3 to 4 weeks, probably 4 weeks, guys. But the back cover is done. Most of the art is done. Yeah. See, Dr. Till read issue 2, says it was effing sick. You're dang right it was. That's the back cover. Back cover art for Silence Do Good, which is, if you don't know, for you youngins out there, that is a Nintendo classic game cover right there. Okay,
it's like what we would call the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's what they called it, the NES.
Yes.
It said Nintendo on the front of it. It had Nintendo's logo, but it was the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Dude, one of the coolest moments in my life was my 2 older brothers, and I got like brothers that are way older than I am. So like I was, I think 4th grade, 8 years old, and I had a brother like in his 20s, early 20s, and then another brother in his like mid 20s. Okay. So like, yeah, like they're like, I got really older brothers, whatever. Anyway, so they were over to visit, and then my dad's all, hey, let's go to Toys R Us with my 2 older brothers, and I was like doing something or whatever, and then all of a sudden I was like, where did Dave, Al, and my dad go? And my mom was like, oh, they went to Toys R Us. I was like, what? And they came back with a Nintendo Entertainment System.
Dude, the coolest thing in the world. Going to, I don't know if many, how much of the chat and the viewers remember going to the Toys R Us and buying an NES cartridge. Like it was the first experience I had because of the demand for these items. It was the first experience I had where you had to go in and you pulled like the ticket off the shelf.
Yeah.
It was like, you're going to get the Excite bike. And you're like, oh, and then you walked up to this window that was like behind a cage. You felt like you were in a fucking pawn shop, and you're 12 and you're like, oh, is this guy going to sell us guns? And it's like, no, you just have to give him
just a
ticket.
video game.
because
It's a
it's
video
this
game.
this little plastic cartridge that came from Japan that kids fucking will kill for right now.
Because apparently is being stolen even in the 80s and early
now,
90s.
And now that's how they have to lock up like the hairspray.
That's how they lock up everything
at Target because people are ransacking stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
dude,
just in California though. Just in California though.
Oh my gosh, have you seen the new LA theft flash mobs? Dude, so it's hundreds of kids, anywhere from like 12 to 17, are descending on 7-Elevens at like between like 5 and 7 on Friday nights.
Oh my gosh.
And they all just go in and they destroy the store and take everything they want and then all leave.
You know what stops that though really fast? You know what stops that really fast?
Yeah, guns.
Just shoot people.
Guns.
Wait, well, I mean, no, don't do that.
I mean, you definitely don't want to shoot a child, but
I mean,
like,
who cares at this point? Dude, who cares at this point? I say, if you're breaking the law, it's like you know what it is? Let's just speed to the Fallout world. Let's head to the Fallout. Like, let's go.
Know that what we're saying is also, absurdist, but at the same time, I watched all the footage. They're literally like mobs of kids that are they're breaking open bags of Funyuns and throwing them at the guy at the counter and then stealing a Mountain Dew and then just running out the door. And you're like, what? I'm not gonna lie. It also, there's part of me, I'm like, man, that does look kind of fun. But no, it's wrong and you shouldn't do it. But like, thank God I'm not in LA anymore, dude. This is like, it's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. All right. It's just a random thing. I watched a video earlier today and it was like a news broadcast from like yesterday or something about these mobs of kids. And I'm like, dude, 12-year-olds getting in on this. Wow. LA teaching them young, baby.
Teaching them. You know what? Here's the thing. This is the future. This is the future that we should live in. And what I want to speed towards is this world. Let's just get to it. I got the bottle caps saved up, everybody. Get your bottle caps saved up.
Crawl out through the fallout, baby, when they drop that bomb. Crawl out through the fallout with the greatest of aplomb.
If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Let's get to it.
When your white count's getting higher, hurry, don't delay. I'll hold you close and kiss those radiation burns away.
Wow.
Let's get to it, baby. Let's go. Come on. Crawl out through the fallout.
Wow. That's wild. I think it's about time for our first break, I think. Oh, you got
You know what?
Dude, that sounds
so we're
good.
shaving it. So here it is. Issue 3. Dr. Till already said he loved issue 2. You guys should check out issues 1 and 2 if you haven't already.
Issue 1.
Issues 3 is coming in hot.
2.
It is at Salty Papa's on his desk as he's proofreading it right now and verifying some facts and figures and dates. And it'll be coming to you soon. And Savage actually has an early copy, so you guys should check it out.
Watch out, folks. This is actually hot. This is a whole new, I don't know. The first time someone, wrote a comic book and they were like, "Oh, this guy can fly," and someone was like, "What? That's crazy." And it's not, the idea isn't completely like absurd.
No, the idea is going to be your future very soon as AI takes over the world. Benjamin Franklin finds himself as a teenager in our future in a world run by AI, and it's kind of freaking crazy.
Live on Indiegogo. I have the link here. What? Make sure you check it out. It is dope, as you have seen. There's nobody else is doing a trailer like that. Nobody else is doing a trailer like that. Where's he at? He's taking way too long. Nobody else is doing trailers like this. Like, who's doing trailers like this? Is anybody? Drop links in the chat. Drop links in the chat if you know anybody who's doing trailers like this. I don't think they are. This is dope. We're selling them. These are hot, boys. Oh my god. Here we go. Hold on. Character just showed up. $49.95 right now. I got a Silence Do Good. This is a original copy. Autographed by the artist. Mr. Salty McSalterson.
What?
Oh, Mr. Salty McSalterson. Oh, hey.
Sorry, that was a very long number one.
Unfortunately, I had to handle like.
Were we blank for a while? Sorry, guys.
No. I handled it. I didn't even get a chance to go to the number one that I needed to go to. So
maybe we should play another video and you go take care of that.
There's earthquakes happening in Oregon. Okay, everything.
There's earthquakes happening. I kind of want the entire West Coast to fall off into the ocean.
Not the whole thing, just like Southern California can.
No, I want from the Silicon Valley down to the Pacific Palisades, just carve it off and send it off into the deep and let it sink off and take all those a-holes with you, because I'm over it, dude.
If
they've ruined my state. This
is Salty's peeing song. Dr. Phil. This is Salty's peeing song. He's just in there peeing like a man normally would, and this is the song.
Wait, I want to know what the music is to that, though.
What was his? Oh, sorry, I was trying.
This is Salty's peeing song.
Oh,
this is how you do it.
Song.
Oh, this is Salty's peeing song.
Salty's peeing song. He's in there peeing like a man normally would, and this is the song about it.
Dude, mate, we gotta have Dr. Till on again, man. Oh, we gotta have Roma and Till on at the same time.
Dude, could the internet even handle that?
I think it might be able to. I mean,
and this is Salty's pee song. Thing is that like now I'm really gonna have to pee.
You should, and then we'll just keep singing the Salty's pee song.
Now this is Savage's pee song.
Oh wait, what won't Salty Papa do? Roman Nation talking crap.
You won't do it. From the Columbia River to Tijuana. Oh,
I think he's talking about the earthquakes. He's just like, let it just all go. All go.
Oh man. Yeah. I do love me some Oregon. I'm not gonna lie. Oregon is Oregon.
But Oregon is ruined by Portland.
Dude, Southern Oregon is so great.
Yeah, so everything outside of the West, see, that whole coast is just like all those debaucherous, self-righteous, full of themselves a-holes.
There's a whole chunk of Northern California and Southern Oregon that wants to be its own thing and call itself the state of Jefferson.
Yeah, because you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Go right ahead. Why don't you tell everybody?
You live here? Yes. Well, maybe you know what a zombie is. When a person dies and is buried, it seems there's certain voodoo priests who have the power to bring him back to life.
Horrible.
It's worse than horrible, because a zombie has no will of his own. You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders, not knowing what they do, not caring. You mean like Democrats?
That's wrong with Oregon. It's the same thing that's wrong with New York and California and Washington. It's always the same story, Savage. Democrated.
The thing about Oregon is that the bad part is like the extreme. There's like extreme Democrats, and then there's just like everybody else who's like, "What are you guys doing in Portland? This isn't how we Oregon Sorry. We used to be dairy farmers, and now we're running vineyards. I don't know what y'all are doing, like blocking off streets and like throwing paint bombs at cops.
I don't know what you're all doing being Democrats.
Being like so dumb, just so dumb. Like there's so many incredible places. Not to mention the nature factor of Oregon is like it's one of those places that you can't believe until you see it. It's like areas of Northern California. The coast of Oregon, there are crazy arguments where that the coast of Oregon is more beautiful than the coastline of California. And there are some spots that when you stop and or you go, well, I don't, maybe it's pretty good. There's so many spots. There's so many incredible, but anyway, I'm rambling. Nonetheless, California, bye. You're off in the earthquake. What's happening? Okay. California's disappearing in the earthquake. It's going to happen like Escape from LA. So LA is going to like break off and it's going to be an island. And that's where we're send all the degenerates. Oh, and now we have cats. Oh, the kittens are here. Your microphone's still off.
No, yeah. So
there we go. The kittens.
So when I was getting another drink delivery because I married a wonderful woman,
oh my God.
They snuck in.
Speaking of
snuck in. Look at these little
litter problem. There's a kitty litter problem at the Salty and Savage.
Look at these little babies. Look at these little babies.
Oh, look at it.
Look at them little babies.
Oh,
all right.
Look at it. Oh, look at it.
Take them away. Take them away. Oh, they're so cute. So yeah, a couple weeks ago, last week, we rescued some cats, and then more cats came. And then we had to give those cats away. And then Salty Papa took 2 of those cats and now has 2 of those cats.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, well, at least they'll have, they'll get a chance to like be around each other maybe again.
So we have a wild bird, 2 cats, 2 dogs. And now my hope and prayer is that I can get a baby possum because I want a baby possum. That's my next thing. No. Yeah, dude, a baby possum. They go to the bath if you can tame them. They go to the bathroom in the cat box. They act like a cat and they eat ticks and all that.
You're gonna be the possum guy,
dude. I will be the possum guy, the raccoon guy. I'll tame a fox. I don't give a crap.
A raccoon. I will be right there with you on a raccoon.
The only thing that I don't abide by is coyotes. I will shoot them in the middle of the face, right in the middle of the face. If I see a coyote. It's done. Done.
Stupid anorexic dogs. Get out of my face, coyotes. I hate your face.
Till says, get you a ferret, mate. So ferrets actually...
I was going to say, like, you're a possum. That's ferret territory, bro.
Ferrets are completely illegal to own, have, or allow into California. Completely. Right. Like, you can't have them as a pet, nothing. They're banned in California because ferrets are mother effers. If a ferret gets around a chicken coop, it'll murder all the chickens. Done.
A guy I went to high school with had a ferret, and
illegally,
a dude that I knew in LA had 2 ferrets
illegally,
and it was like, and they were, I'm not gonna lie, they were like kind of cute at first, but then it was like, I don't know. I feel like these guys are just like plotting everyone's demise in here.
No, ferrets are super cool. My buddy had a ferret. He lived in Long Beach, totally illegal. Seriously, you will get charged with a felony in California if you get caught with a ferret. Like, no joke. They don't mess around because the agriculture there is like, nope, not happening. But he had a ferret and he had these little like these little like corner like boxes that he would stick in a corner with cat litter, and that little ferret would just go potty in the corners. Nice. In the cat litter, and then bury it. Remember, like a cat, dude. Super cool.
How incredible! Oh, I'm a little ferret.
Oh yeah. Wait. Do ferrets eat copperheads or possums? Oh, possums eat copperheads. Yeah. See, I gotta get a pet possum, dude, because like I don't want to have to keep shooting. Oh, although we're the poisonous snakes aren't allowed on the property. You know, we've already told the nature not to do that, and you can actually command nature as a human being. Yeah. I do it all the time.
Yeah. You can do that. But
ferrets are so cool. Cali banned them. Yeah, but they did it before the Democrats took over. So
it's like just Reagan. Saying, those are Reagan banned ferrets.
Those are like even Reagan. This is like when Cali was still like a legit free country before it became a feudal, like, piece of shit state.
It was farmland, man.
Well, no, it's still farmland. I mean, like, so the Democrats are determined to ruin the farmland and make our food that much more expensive. But once we liberate California from the Democrats, food will go down in price because that is the breadbasket of the world. Just letting you guys know. Just letting you know.
Oh, you know, it sounds good. A breadbasket right now. Oh, man.
Listen, you are coming to Comic-Con, mother effer, and we are going out to dinner, a steak dinner, and we are having this debate. Also, I love you. In a totally not gay, super gay way. So what are we talking about next? So we've talked about the Disney layoffs, the Disney Marvel poster of. Please stop watching Heel versus Babyface, people. Please stop watching Heel versus Babyface.
Watching what?
Oh. Heel versus Babyface. Everyone knows. You don't know because you don't, do that.
What's yeah. I don't know what any of those things are.
A note from the Baron. Check out Savage's amazing dwindling beard balm. And I say dwindling because everyone is buying it. He's gonna make more. But dude, guys, my beard is so happy. All the time.
Mine feels fantastic.
Oh, yours looks fantastic. Mine feels fantastic. And looks a bit like a redheaded stepchild, even though you are the redhead and not.
What? God, you son of a. How dare you? Yeah, thank you much. Thank you much. Yeah, the beard balm's going all right. I just gave some away today because there's some awesome bearded.
All right.
Oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah. No, yeah. So seriously. So, dude, Tim Pool. Have you heard the latest on Tim Pool?
No.
Dude, some crazy crap went down, guys. Like seriously crazy crap, dude. Have you seen this?
No, I have not seen this. We're not getting volume.
We're not getting volume?
Nope.
Son of a bee.
Check your volume. Check your volume.
Oh, I did it wrong again. Because I'm kind of retarded. Kind of retarded.
He did it wrong again.
I did it wrong again.
Life was life for me on the south side.
Cops pull you over, you're a white boy. That's what it is.
What?
Hola, bro.
Hola, bro.
And I'm not trying to fight with you guys on everything. I'm not trying to. That's not why I'm here.
I don't give a shit.
What?
I mean, I hurt your feelings. I love you. We're good.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh!
I'm trying to hurt you like that.
Whoa!
Listen, you got to go to a therapist because you're insane.
Look at this. Look at this dyed beard, and he's trying to talk like he's from South Central and shit.
What even?
You grab my gun, bro? That's intent to kill.
Oh, and Luke is there.
A lot of homicides because of firearms. Why is that?
So when two people are holding one gun, it's called dual possession.
Ooh!
They were fighting over a gun and the gun went off.
Oh, look at the 1911 sitting there right there.
Man.
Oh, Ian's like, what? Ooh!
Catch you later.
I got it.
I just wanted to spring that on Savage because he's like, what's going on? What happened? Obviously, that is a fake video, but also cleverly edited together. Cleverly edited.
Cleverly is an interesting use of the word there. But all right.
I don't even know who that guy was. I didn't see that episode. I watched Tooncast on the regular. I love Tooncast.
I have no idea who the other people were.
Oh, I knew what everyone was except for the what they used to call when we were growing up the wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, I know what you're saying. That man does not drink juice.
That man dyed his beard many times. All right.
That man dyed his beard many times.
Many times. So, guys. What the okay, so seriously. So can we talk serious right now? Can we talk serious right now?
Wow, what are we talking about?
We are safe here. We have a home. Must we go to war?
Okay, so this is Rings of Power.
Yep,
okay.
yep, I remember this.
Apparently, this is an orc, a lesser orc, not a Urukai or a greater orc, or
it really seems more like a hybrid that's made to rule.
Yeah.
Rule over them because he's much more organized. He's an elf orc hybrid.
Oh wait, so Uncap saying that I gotta watch that episode. That dude tried to fight Tim in the real clip. Well,
really? It also was like it. Also,
just a funny clip.
If Tim all of a sudden got serious across from you, you're like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, bro. And you're like, is your beanie on too tight, bro? Are you okay?
No, no. Tim Pool is one of the reasons why Silence Do Good was able to raise almost $20,000 on Silence Do Good. I owe everything to Tim Pool. I love that guy. I love that show. Won't talk any crap. You can talk crap. I won't talk crap. You can talk crap. However, that dude looks the guy, the other guy with the hat and the fake beard, the dyed beard. He looks like a puffer. Like seriously.
How do you make me? Hold on. How do I make my beard? How do I make my beard darker? Hold on.
You got to get the shoe polish and then comb in the shoe polish.
You
just comb it in. You just comb. Don't do it. Your beard is beautiful and red and wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so this is the clip from Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Or again, trust me, my son.
Trust me, my son?
I tell you that we will never truly be safe until we've made certain Sauron is no more.
Okay, so he does not look like an orc. He looks like a scarred elf, but okay.
As you will it.
And that's his kid.
Lord Father.
Who he calls father.
Or I think all the orcs call him Lord Father, though.
Oh, okay. But then he goes to his orcish wife and orc baby.
Oh,
okay.
What? Wait, what?
I have an issue. Are you guys ready?
For Tolkien Bestiary. 3. La la la.
I should have actually bookmarked this. This is very upsetting. This is very upsetting for a number of reasons. Ooh,
we're gonna give some very low background.
Orcs. Are you guys ready? Okay, this is directly from Tolkien himself. This was directly within the deepest pits of Utumno, which I can never pronounce half these things. In the first age of the stars, it is said Melkor committed his greatest blasphemy, for in that time he captured many of the newly risen race of elves and took them into his dungeon. And with his hideous acts of torture, he made ruined and terrible forms of life. From these he bred the goblin race of slaves. Goblins also are orcs, who were as loathsome as elves were fair. As loathsome as elves were fair. Wait, it gets better. These were orcs, a multitude brought forth in shape, twisted by pain and hate. Twisted by pain and hate. So they're like actually pure evil. The only joy of these creatures was in the pain of others, for the blood that flowed within orcs was both black and cold. Their stunted form was hideous, bent, bow-legged, and squat. Their arms were long and strong, as the apes of the south, and their skin was black as wood. And black as wood basically meant, like in England, you have like literally black wood, which is, fairly dark. Not pale, pasty. The jagged fangs there were wide mouths, were yellow, their tongues red and thick. Their nostrils and faces were broad. Their eyes were crimson gashes, like narrow slits, and black iron grates behind which hot coals burn. These orcs were fierce warriors, for they feared more greatly their master than any enemy, and perhaps the death was preferable to the torment of orcish life. They were cannibals, ruthless and terrible, and often their rending claws were slavering fangs were gored with their bitter flesh and the foul black blood of their own kind. Orcs were spawned. Let me repeat. Orcs were spawned as thralls. Orcs were spawned as thralls. Of the master of darkness, therefore were fearful of light.
But they had a baby?
Okay. So, if anybody knows about like vampire lore, what the word thrall means, spawned means, it means spawned means.
I love a good thrall. I'm all in.
I'm sorry. Like, this kind of crap drives me absolutely nuts, man. Like, it drives me absolutely nuts. This is an affront, and this is what Rings of Power is doing to Lord of the Rings. It is basically it's just like shitting on everything Tolkien did, because it's like trying to like, so like, yeah. So like, World of Warcraft humanized orcs. Okay, fine. Different world, different, different thing, right? Orcs were more shamanistic. They were more human. They had emotions and families and all that. D&D is now trying to do that thing, because I don't know if it's so much the woke DEI crap, or if it's like, you know what I'm saying, Savage? Or if it's like, oh, World of Warcraft's so successful, let's try to be as successful as them.
Well, like you've said many times, that this is a production that's being put together by people who hate Tolkien's work.
I love Tolkien talk. It's so thralling.
Dude, this guy, Dr. Till the Puninator, like just killing it over here.
You would say that you would become a thrall to the Tolkien talk.
He would be enthralled by it.
So like, is it the woke? Is it the DI? Or is it the like, oh, like everyone loves World of Warcraft, over 10 million people played that game for many years, and like orcs are a certain way. Maybe, but like, this isn't written by people who, like me, obsessed about Tolkien their whole life. Like when in 4th grade, I read The Hobbit and was like obsessed with The Hobbit, and then watched the cartoon, and then, read Lord of the Rings, and then watched the movies, and then read Lord of the Rings, and I read Lord of the Rings. I haven't read Lord of the Rings since I've been married, actually, which is unfortunate. But I used to read Lord of the Rings like probably once every 5 years. And like, I started playing Lord of the Rings online again because World of Warcraft is so disappointing, and I love fantasy MMOs. And it's like, it's such a wonderful world. It's like, how can you do this? How can you hate something so much that because that's the thing. It's like, when you love something, you don't try to change it.
Everything you're saying, coming from somebody who didn't read the books a million times, but read the books, and like really, really enjoyed everything that was going on. There are a lot of books that I've had over the years. I read 2, 3, 4 times. I was kind of like, depending on, it's my girlfriend, Dr. Till. Nice. But crushing, like, I didn't hold these books. I held like the Dune books at probably the level that you hold Lord of the Rings, even though now,
those are good books. I mean, I know my dad read the Dune books and he loved them.
Oh, they're incredible.
I've never read them.
But now, like, I do feel like the series Lord of the Rings, because of Peter, like mostly because of Peter Jackson, and then his ability to make people go back and go, wait a minute, I want to go watch, because what he did was so, isn't that what it was like in the book? And I went back and read stuff again and was so fascinated by the stuff that I had missed years ago, and had come back through it. And with that the exact same like level of passion, like you come from like reading it over and over and it being like your top notch thing. And like I read it less and was like, oh, but I understand how good this is. And we had the same, we both came to the same reaction as soon as we saw the series. We're like, what are you doing? This is so wrong. Like, we can all tell that even if you're just a casual viewer and you just kind of, oh, I kind of enjoyed the Lord of the Rings stuff, I watched them, but like, it makes no sense what they're doing in the the series. Like, it makes no sense what's happening. The timeline is so wrong. Characters that are together that have no business being together whatsoever. They're like, they shouldn't even be alive in the same timeline, some of them. It's absolutely freaking absurd. Go on.
So, like, okay, so Peter Jackson, he got a lot of criticism, like, oh, that's not a good picture. I'm trying to find pictures of these actors before I go to onto the next
Peter
thing.
Jackson. Oh my God. What?
No, so
the weight loss. Oh my God. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but so Peter Jackson got a lot of criticism for Lord of the Rings. They left out Tom Bombadil. They left out
that was one of my only gripes was the like, I felt like you could have kind of, it would have been awesome to have Tom Bombadil, but it would have been a really good deleted sequence.
See, Salty Pop is all, Dune, awesome. Yeah, no one cares, you weird nerds. Did Led Zeppelin write songs about Dune? No, they wrote songs about Lord of the Rings. Okay, anyway.
And those songs are some of my favorite songs, and I sell them and have them on the wall in the record store.
Exactly. So, Peter Jackson left out Tom Bombadil, but it didn't affect the story, right? Because when you read Lord of the Rings,
because yeah, his character wasn't necessary
in The Hobbit. Like, when you read The Hobbit, so if you read The Hobbit and you read Lord of the Rings, you're like, what is the point of this character? They're really, like, when you think about like the entirety of the story, it's a really cool character and he's really interesting, and you read it and you're like, I want to know more about Tom Bombadil. Exactly. But you're like, it doesn't move the story along. If anything, it distracts from the story. And I actually think, personally, as a storyteller, and again, I love Tolkien and I love but it's like, you should have wrote another kid's book about Tom Bombadil, because it's not moving the story along. It's actually distracting from the story.
That's actually exactly where Tolkien wrote a number of other little interesting short stories, like the Farmer Giles of Ham, which is a fascinating little short story about a farmer who has to fight a dragon. It's a very Lord LOTR.
LOTR.
It's a very Lord of the Rings story, but set in a much more simple like fashion, and like, oh, he has to go to the next town and fight the dragon. Then he ends up meeting the dragon. The dragon actually has an issue that maybe they can work together. And then it turns out that he just figured it, like, convinced the town and to make friends with the dragon and this and that. And you're like, oh, and it was so short. And I think I read it on the toilet in like 2 sittings when I was younger. And I went, oh, okay. Like, what? I love what you've done with the place. And that's exactly what you could have done with Tom Bombadil, because he was a great character, and it was like a character. It was one of those characters that, it was like in his head, and he's like, where does he live in this universe? And he put him into this great little kind of early section of this incredible story. But there were so many other characters, and it was so early in the story that he eventually gets lost, and he doesn't pop up anywhere else, and he's not really necessary. Does his wife, his other character, like his like fairy wife or whatever, does she pop up anywhere else in the book?
Goldie? Wait, what? Why am I spacing on her name?
Is it? But nonetheless, it's like, it was easy for it to be cut out of the movies, but I 100% agree that it would have been
Goldberry.
Goldberry.
Goldie?
It would have been super cool.
I'm so because I'm the worst.
Yeah, like an origin story. Like, what is Tom Bombadil? He's like a semi-immortal or something like that.
Well, he is. There's a lot, and that's the thing, is like a lot of the writing around. Anyway, so we're going on a tangent, because that's the thing about Tolkien, is that there's so many tangents. There's so many. It's like that, and like, Peter Jackson gets a lot of criticism because, he brought Arwen in, and Arwen barely is in Lord of the Rings, but she's in the appendix a bit, and they kind of like played up that
some
story.
of those. I like some of those appendix stuff. Like I like some of the ancillary, like on pipeweed, like little ancillary stuff that's in the actual books that you're like, oh, I feel like I'm learning a little piece of information that nobody fed me. Like I learned this.
I will say, I think like hardcore Tolkien fans have a lot of criticism for Peter Jackson. I think Peter Jackson with Lord of the Rings, you could tell he loves Tolkien. You get that. I think some of the visuals I wouldn't necessarily think are quite accurate. However, as a whole, as an artist, you appreciate the art that Peter Jackson was presenting with Lord of the Rings, and I think he did Lord of the Rings justice. Whereas he failed with The Hobbit because it was like he was trying to be Lord of the Rings again, and it was like, no, The Hobbit was, you messed up. Thorin looks weird. He looks like an elf. Like, everything's wrong. It's supposed to be a kid's book. Bilbo's way more capable in The Hobbit than he is in the movies. Like, he's way more, surprised by himself, but also just, like, capable. Less of a bumbling idiot and more just like surprised, like, oh, I can do this because I'm a hobbit and apparently I have these natural skills.
Yeah, it's weird how it's like, oh, he's like an oaf, like a small oaf. He's like, oh, oops, yeah. I just accidentally like figured this thing out. When he's more of a like
way more clever. He's way more clever in the book.
Oh, I just figured this out.
He's like, wait a second. No, but he's also like calculating and like, if I do this, like he knows that he can move about unseen and like, like he's sneaky and stuff like that. So like, I think that the Hobbit series is terrible. I love, and it goes in weird places because he's trying to do the appendix too, and you're like, oh yeah, that story. And I just think he fails. But the Lord of the Rings trilogy, better than Star Wars, better than anything that George Lucas has ever done in his life. Fantastic. I love it. Rings of Power, though. Rings of Power,
though,
is an affront.
I mean, it's
an affront, dude. It's an affront, bro. It's an affront.
She's like, oh, I'm going to let you make these rings. And then
the whole Joan of Arc thing.
And even though I know who you are at the end, I'm going to let all these rings happen because they do so much for our people. Like, it's just so
Which
good.
is not
it's
the thing.
It's
Which
so...
is not the story. That's not the story, man. That's the freaking part. That's so upsetting. It's like, these rings are so powerful. We must keep them hidden. That's the book. The book is like, the elves are like, we have the power to keep these rings hidden. They're too powerful. We can't destroy them because, you have to throw them in the fires of Mordor. So we'll use our magic, and we're elves, so we can resist his temptation, where the dwarves were like, we didn't have to resist anything, it just didn't affect us, and the men were seduced. But the elves had the strength to withstand Sauron's power, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? You're rewriting history. Fuck you.
And it's like, it's not even like you're rewriting... Like, oh well, we can reimagine that. Like this, it's like this guy spent all this time. This guy spent so much time to make up this lore so that it made sense.
Yeah.
So everything made sense, and you're like, oh yeah, he spent all this time. He did all of the work, and then you showed up and you took all of his files and you jumbled them around, and you're like, but the green files look good next to the blue files, and then the red files look good next to the yellow files, and you're like, you fucking idiot. That's not how the story goes, though. You have to what are you doing to the story? Like, look, oh my God, look at this image. What even is this? Look at it. Hold on. Look at this. Does this guy look like my
This is Elrond? This is Elrond?
He looks like my genetically deficient cousin. He looks like...
This is Elrond? This looks like an inbred cousin in Appalachia. Dude, that's what this looks like.
And my axe. Oh, no, wait, that's not my line.
Guys, that's Elrond. That is freaking Elrond. Like Elrond.
No.
from
Nope.
the movies. Like, do I need
Nope.
to look up Elrond right now
Nope.
for you guys to remember?
You do need to look up like my grandpa's ears because you're going to see the same thing. They're about that big. They're about that big. Good old Harry.
Dude,
look
Elrond.
at Elrond.
Come on.
Dude, look at the side-by-side. There's a side-by-side that they even give you.
Can I get Elrond?
Oh,
this guy? This guy? This guy?
Dude.
That guy.
Well, you're talking about you're also talking about a caliber of actor.
What?
And I will give the Rings of Power one thing is that some of the actors that they're using, I really do like. They're in like there's a few of
a few
of the actors that I'm like, ooh, this guy's a great actor. I like this guy. But the storyline and everything, it just makes it so painful and I mean, I say it's atrocious. It's an affront. It's just like you're watching it and you're like, this is wrong. This doesn't feel right. And they're like, no, everything's fine. We're going to make it feel fine for you. The timeline works out in this show. And you're like, but it doesn't make sense with everything else I've known my entire fucking life.
Yeah. So this is, yeah, exactly. So this is Galadriel. Like, so we saw Galadriel. This is Galadriel's husband. Galadriel has basically been married to this guy forever. Like they got married, they were married before the events of the Silmarillion. They were married before. I can never say that actually. By the way,
Silmarillion.
Silmarillion.
I was like, it's Silmarillion to the show.
No, it's just like I never. Dude, I love Tolkien. Can never pronounce Silmarillion. I can't speak Quainar, however you say it. Super nerd, can't pronounce any of the words.
You can't speak.
I used to call it when I was a kid. I used to call it Michael Delving. It's Mickle Delving, and then someone said Mitchell Delving, but I still think it's Mickle Delving.
Dude,
but growing up, I called it Michael Delving.
Michael Delving, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Which is an area in.
It's probably like Mickle or something, but nonetheless,
the Shire.
We're gonna say
or
Michael.
Hobbiton. Where the hobbits live.
So enough.
Okay. So this is Celeborn.
Here?
So this is Celeborn. Okay.
That's right.
It's Celeborn. It's Galadriel's husband, right? They've been married like forever, like ever,
probably
forever.
like forever. They've
forever.
Probably been together for like so long,
forever and ever.
Like I can't even imagine how long they've been together
for forever. So Rings of Power was like, oh yeah, so Galadriel's married. And
is she married in the Rings of Power?
She's married in the Rings of Power
because she came like she left. She was going to go to the Undying Land. She left her husband, right?
No. Incorrect. No.
Was he on that boat?
Salty Pot. Yeah. He was on that boat. But this Rings of Power happens way before.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings happens way before.
So I understand that. Now, we're on the same.
Okay.
Here. I'm just like, where is her husband in this shitty show?
Nobody knows. Well, Celeborn.
So he's not even in the show because I don't remember him. Is he not like hanging around in the court of like super pointy eared dudes who definitely?
I don't know. I mean, he might be in the audience getting cucked.
Oh, dude, what is this? Is this the? This is definitely.
So that's Elrond kissing Galadriel, cucking Celeborn.
We're gonna be in trouble for this one, folks. We're gonna be in trouble for this one. Oh my God, that's a copyrighted image of two terrible things colliding together.
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it, guys. I'm not happy about it.
I'm not gonna lie. If there was a better
nerd, me is like,
if there was a better actor, would you be like,
no? If there was a less testosterone starved actor, no.
No? Okay.
No. I don't care if it was freaking Legolas freaking doing this, okay? Or Aragorn doing this. Or
thank you.
You know, no.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Legolas?
What's your elf see?
No, dude, Legolas is way manlier than this version of Elrond. What are you talking about, bro?
He is.
What the f- are you talking about?
Somehow he definitely is. Like 100%.
Dude, Legolas is the most manly elf. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't matter. He's pretty. He's gorgeous. In Pirates of the Caribbean, which I just watched again today.
Nice.
He's very good. He's very good. I wish that he wasn't hooked up and had a baby with Katy Perry, who is the worst fucking chick in the world.
Dude, that's...
because she's clearly still in love with Russell Brand. And that's... You're bad, bro. That's your bad.
Oh wow. Dude, it's so weird in Hollywood when like certain things. Like literally I could have said the exact same sentence that just came out of your mouth. Like 100%. Could it, like, from working in entertainment news, I could have been like, "Oh my god, like she's still hung up on John Mayer, but she knows that's not going to happen."
Yeah, dude, seriously.
And she decided and she decided out of her top 3 Orlando Bloom was the best bet. Dude,
and that's like most girls are winning. That's the thing about a lot of women in life.
Hey, and good for Katy Perry.
No. Orlando Bloom needs to be like, make me a sandwich or step. Because you ain't that cute anymore and you ain't that talented. I can still swashbuckle.
She will swash some buckles before she makes any sandwiches for him.
Well,
that's for sure.
She is not worth it.
That's for sure. Dude,
guys, 1 in the chat if Katy Perry should make Orlando Bloom sandwiches, or 2 in the chat if Legolas should make Katy Perry some sandwiches. Come on.
3 in the chat if you think that Katy Perry will have a residency in Las Vegas before any of this. Oh, wait, she already does, doesn't she? Never mind. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
my bad. Like, talk about like screaming help. It's like the Britney Brigade's here. Oh no, wait.
Anyways, you know how the Rings of Power makes me feel. You know how it makes me feel.
Speaking of kids,
Vortex, please. You're letting the sadness of the swamps get to you.
oh my god. It's the dude.
That is what Rings of Power is doing to Lord of the Rings.
It is
Rings of Power is the Swamp of Sadness. It is the Swamp of Sadness.
Childhood trauma incarnate. Like just personified like into one clip. That clip of the Swamps of Sadness taking Artex, like get out. The only thing that makes it okay is that you see Artex at the end of the movie.
Spoiler
alert. Spoiler alert.
You know what being in the writer's room of Rings of Power must be like?
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
It's or the head writer, he just looks at himself and he goes,
You know what? Fuck that head writer. The showrunner should be fired and like, oh my god.
You know what? The showrunner should be. All right.
All right.
I missed my first hour piss break, so I definitely need.
You know what? No. What if this is the end of the show?
Oh, you want to end the show?
Let's end the show.
I mean, we're so sexy.
And if you vote Democrat. We're gonna end the show.
Dude,
9 past the 11 hour.
All right, let's. Hey, I got a lot to do, and I've been up since way too early this morning, so I'm not gonna argue with you. But I cannot tell everybody.
You guys should go buy a T-shirt. Make America 80s again. Salty and Savage shirts are live. You can have one, guys.
It's so great to like. I'm not gonna lie, it's so great to all the time. Oh my god, what is going on?
You up to 30%, 35% off.
Yeah. Look, they're $16 right now. Apparently, hold on. Are they
$16, guys?
I should refresh this. Hold on. Yeah, I refreshed. It's still $16.
And if you show up to the Chattanooga Comic Con wearing one of our T-shirts, you will get 3 comic books for free. You will get 3 signed. Okay.
You'll probably get made out with. All right. We got a ferret that's going to make out with anyone who's going to. We've got a possum.
A ferret directly banned.
A possum that was found in Salty's backyard. You can make out with it for the small price.
You got 1-3 there. You got 1-3.
Three's
Lynch mob, I never liked you anyways. Why do you gotta betray me?
Yeah. Oh, threes, baby.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
All right. He is just gay.
All right.
He does love you. He does love you.
We are going to say goodnight.
Hey, we do love you. It's been a heck of a show. Heck of a Friday show is fun. Friday show is fun. But what are we thinking about doing?
Thursdays. Okay, so guys, no longer Wednesdays.
Guys.
So that we can be more consistent, we're going to move the show to Thursdays.
Even though we were super consistent on Wednesday.
And then we're
recently
inconsistent.
Been like recently inconsistent. So we're thinking we're trying to move Thursday. We're going to see what happens.
I can't do Wednesdays. It's in the middle of the week. Wednesday is like the worst day. I want to do Thursdays because Friends used to be on Thursday. It did all right on Thursdays. I think Salty and Savage will do all right on Thursdays.
I think we'll do all right. Who knows? Who knows? We got we love each and every one of you.
I mean, and the rest of you are probably like,
I don't care.
Mostly.
But Thursday, next week, Thursday, and from here on out, Thursday.
We're gonna try for
7 Pacific, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Basically, right after the Tim Pool show, the Timcast show. Come check us out.
Tickety Timcast. Yeah, right after his show, which is insanely popular. Absolutely check us out. We totally love you guys. We talk so much shit on this show, but you all know that we're doing it all in fun, and this is just us having a great time, sitting down, just having a drink with my bro.
Drinking with the bro.
Hey, let's talk about just LOTR.
Like we used to do. And again, if you guys, we got a lot of people watching on X. Some people watch it on YouTube. If you're on X, come over to YouTube next week. But the concept of the show is me and Savage used to hang out in a bar in Los Angeles after working all day in entertainment and commiserate. And that's basically the concept of our show. And hopefully one day when we get monetized, we will do this shit 5 nights a week.
Oh, Dr. Till wants to hear our opinions on cosmic horror next week.
Okay.
I'm into it, and we should talk about it.
I'm happy to do so.
I actually have some producer friends who do that stuff. So let's do it. Let's chickadee chat about it. It's a freaking awesome show. Let me go ahead and prepare us for an incredible outro. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Salty and Savage show. It's been super dope.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace out.
Salty and Savage.